Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurputra Nur Hafiz bin Zaid. I would like to present about introduction of demand and supply. The definition of demand is desire and ability of the consumer to buy and purchase an item. Demand can be defined as different quantities of goods or services which is buyers are willing and able to buy at different possible price in a given period of time using ceteris paribus. Individual demands refers to the demand of goods and services from a single consumer, and market demand is referred to a horizontal summation of all the individual demand in a particular market. Factors that affect change in quantity of demand is price of demand. Quantity demand decrease, contraction. Quantity demand increase, expansion. The definition of supplies is desire and ability of the firm to sell an item. Supplies can be defined as the produce ability and willingness to supply different quantities of goods and services at different possible prices and time range. Individual supplies refers to the supplies of goods and services from a single seller. Market supply curve. This curve can be derived by horizontal summation of all individual supplies curve. Factors that affect change in quantity of supplies is price of supplies. Quantity supply decrease, contraction. Quantity supply increase, expansion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Irfan bin Zakaria, and today I am going to talk about demand and supply. So, what is demand? Demand is a desire that a customer have for a good or service. The more people want a good or service, the higher the demand for it. For example, Apple had just launched the new iPhone 12 and many people want to buy it. Therefore, the demand for the product is high. Now we move on to supply. Supply is the amount of good or service that are available for consumption. The higher the amount of good or service produced and may be consumed by the consumer, the higher the supply will be. For example, Apple had produced million sets of iPhone 12 and this will make the supply will be high. Demand and supply have impact on each other. Imagine if people wanted to buy the new iPhone 12 but Apple has only a limited production of it. We could see that demand are higher than supply. In this case, Apple can increase the price of the iPhone so that the people who are not willing to pay more for the product can choose another alternative. So, the demand will be decreased. Same goes for supply. If Apple have many units of iPhone that haven't been sold, they can reduce the price so that people will look it when the price is low. From this, we could see that demand and supply are very important in our life, especially in doing business. Without demand and supply, we cannot do any transaction. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Azimi bin Mansur. So I will proceed to the next explanation on the topic practical demand and supply of hand sanitizer during the pandemic COVID-19. So, as we already know that the demand of hand sanitizer is increasing day by day as we use it in our daily life as the new norm during this pandemic COVID-19 among the society. The demand of hand sanitizer during this pandemic COVID-19 is extremely high because of everyone who wants to go out need to prepare themselves with the hand sanitizer to prevent the virus on our hands. Other than that, any other business premises are also ordered to prepare the hand sanitizer before letting any customer to enter their premise to stop the spread of the COVID-19. Due to the high demand of hand sanitizer during this pandemic COVID-19, the price also slightly increased to fulfill the demand from the customers. With the high demand of hand sanitizer, the price also become high. This shows that the relationship between the quantity demand and the price is positive. For the supply part, although the demand of hand sanitizer is high, however, the supply remained unchanged at first due to insufficient labor and also limited stock for hand sanitizer. As the day passed by, the supplier tried to supply more of the hand sanitizer even though the price remained unchanged due to some factors. The factors are: first, increasing in number of producers and sellers due to the soaring demand of hand sanitizer. The second factor is government make advertisement. This is because the government spread the awareness to the society about hand hygiene in order to reduce the risk of getting affected from the virus. So the third one is the healthcare sector, where the sanitation of product become mandatory for all the healthcare practitioners. The last one, the fourth factor, is the producer wants to achieve goal, where the producer want to gain profit and the hand sanitizer become an obligation to every customer right now.
Effect of COVID-19 towards hand sanitizer. Coronavirus disease, or also known as COVID-19, is profoundly serious issue because it easily can infect the people. As we all know, the government in Malaysia has set up the right SOP that must follow by citizens for preventing the COVID-19 cases in Malaysia. The process and procedure that prepared by government is including hand sanitizer as the way for citizens to avoid the coronavirus. Therefore, everyone should follow and always apply hand sanitizer before leaving their house. The effect of COVID-19 towards hand sanitizer is the demand for hand sanitizer has increased rapidly due to the COVID-19 because all people want to buy this item for their healthcare. Hand sanitizer is extremely limited in Malaysia because the supplier for hand sanitizer is mostly from big countries such as United States and China. Therefore, the process for delivery this item has taken a lot of time and it cannot fulfill the demand for people in Malaysia. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the local companies in Malaysia are trying to make hand sanitizer by their own because they want to fulfill the demand for all people in Malaysia. For instance, Average Batangkali production facility maintains adequate stocks of raw material to produce its 500 ml hand sanitizer products. There are two types of hand sanitizers are produced, which is liquid based and gel based. Both hand sanitizer are made with alcohol and are capable to kill the virus and bacteria. The production facility is produce 500 to 600 bottles of 500 ml capacity in a single day. This is a photo for hand sanitizer that made by local companies. In conclusion, hand sanitizer became the most needed for our daily life during the COVID-19 pandemic. The economy in Malaysia faced an issue such as decrease and increase of the demand and supply in different factors. The change in economy factor have an impact for the quantity and price of demand and supply. In the healthcare industry, such as hand sanitizer, we can see the quantity of demand is extremely high due to the pandemic that happened in our country. This we can conclude that the demand and where more people need the sanitizer and the price being constant because the change in demand. However, the price by supplier will remain the same due to increase the demand. There are a few factors that influencing the shift of the demand and supply curve toward hand sanitizer during the pandemic. First, consumer income. It is because people are more likely saving their money and spend less during the pandemic. Therefore, it can lead to the change of demand and supply, which is the demand for a product will decrease and less products will be supplied. However, the factor influencing the shift of supply curve is the change in price of related goods. For instance, masks and sanitizer where the supplier are produced at the same time and all people need to buy this item due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, these complementary goods will increase in terms of price and quantity. Thank you.